Yeah, and I'd love to say on this point of spirituality, I don't believe spirituality because I'm just like, because I used to be the biggest skeptic ever. Like I hated when my employees would take a break and meditate. I'd be like, you're wasting your time, my time. Just fucking get on the phones and stop wasting my time. I used to just view spirituality through such a skeptical lens. But the way that I view personal development, I don't care about proving whether things are right or not. I just don't care. I don't care about the evidence. I don't give a shit. All I'm interested in is what works for me. That's it. That's all I care. And that's all that I should care. The part of it, once you understand this, the part of skeptics' minds, they're just, a skeptical mind is a self-sabotaging mind because they're always looking for things to prove that what they desire isn't possible.
Right.
Because the intellect is designed for safety. It's known in Vedic wisdom as a historian. It looks back. It's kind of like the one that prioritizes safety. It joins up with the nervous system that is always looking for fear. And so it's trying to make sure everything fits perfectly to avoid danger. And so the skeptical mind is a self-sabotaging mind from a success perspective. And so what I do, I don't give a shit whether there's like such thing as God. I don't care whether it's true or not. I don't care whether intuition's real or not. I don't give a shit. If I choose to believe in miracles, it's only going to be advantageous for me. And I'm just interested in what's going to give me a fucking good life. I don't care whether something's true or not. If someone's like, there's fairies that exist, I'm like, does that make you happier believing that? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to believe it as well. Fairies exist. Bring it on. There's fairies around me right now. I don't give a shit. I just want to live the most fulfilled life. So it was because I'm not self-sabotaging now. It's only the only skeptical self-sabotage version of me would be like, but prove it. How do you know that? It's like, is that person that's in that hardcore, like skeptical mind feeling an expansive experience of life? No, they're experiencing a sour, suffering, venomous, poisonous experience. They're walking around feeling shit about themselves and the world. It's like, why would you want to live like that? It's just like, it's the stupidest thing, but it's just a blind spot because people get in these, and usually the people that are debating stuff online are skeptic versus skeptic. One's just got a slightly like more objectively, like societally weird view, but they're still both in the skeptic of my thing needs to be right. What if it's not? And I'm going to debate you because I'm scared and you're scared, but I'm more right and you should be more scared. It's like, who gives a fuck? Just, does it work for you? Do it. If it doesn't, don't fuck off and don't do it. Find something else. Just, yeah, I think it's an important point.
Yeah, it's I 100% agree. It's funny. One of the things that I don't know if we talked about before, but I always talk about the idea of having effective beliefs versus true beliefs, and effective beliefs are way more important because it's like Dumbo's feather. Dumbo's feather didn't make Dumbo fly, but it did make Dumbo fly. Without it, he wouldn't have flown. So it's silly to like, and I came from a similar background. I was a software developer, engineer. I had a very analytical. First time I picked up Think and Grow Rich, I threw it right in the trash can. I was like, what is this hogwash bullshit, you know? And then I realized, like, you know what? All these millionaires are telling me to read this book. They're more successful than I am. It doesn't really matter if it's true. It matters that apparently people that hold this belief are more successful. Whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter if it's true. And it's like, and the whole thing is so crazy anyway, because when you go to the quantum level and when you look at like everything we think we know about science, there's no truth like that we know. I'm not saying that there's not truth, but I'm saying we don't know what the truth is because everything is a model. Everything is a model. There is not one thing. Even I was just talking to Connor Murphy the other day. I was talking about mathematics, and I was saying, like, you know, is this one, and this is one, and so this is two. I was like, well, what if I remove a couple of atoms from this? Is that not one anymore? It's like, it's all a concept. It's not real. Mathematics aren't real. The concept of one, it doesn't actually exist anywhere in the real world. We conceptualize it. So all of these things are just, none of them are really, they're all approximations of truth, but they're not really truth. And it's just, it's better to have effective beliefs. And if you're happy, you know, that's, and you're more productive, then hold the belief. So.
Yeah. And I would really encourage those that are listening to just be aware of your own thoughts around other people, the judgments. Because I used to be I would say I'm probably the least judgmental that I've ever been now, because I'm the least insecure that I've ever been, and the more insecure, the more judgmental. But if I see some lady like dangling a wand on the beach, dancing, like looking like some weird hippie, I would now just be like, she looks happy. sometimes I'm sour and up in a bunch and I'm like getting really in my head. It's like, I wonder if there's something I could learn from that, because I don't just see the world as linear as what I did before.